Good evening. Ferocious storms are battering the southeast with emergency crews right now scrambling to save drivers from flash flooding. As we go to air, the Bruce Highway and other major arterials are cut and Caboolture Hospital is isolated. We have comprehensive coverage of this unfolding weather event with reporters in all the worst affected areas. Joel Dry begins our coverage.
The fast-moving deluge prompted swift rescues. An elderly woman caught in the centre of a threatening torrent when her car engine gave way 30 metres into a flooded Bundaberg road. She was saved but ashamed for ignoring advice.
I don't want it on the news, okay? Because my son-in-law will kill me for doing this.
She was quite upset and worried and concerned about the car. It does highlight the point that we've been trying to make, that if it's flooded, forget it.
A daunting sight north of Brisbane as rivers surged over roads, but it wasn't enough to deter drivers. Some were caught, their abandoned, swamped cars proof the gamble hadn't paid off. But as flash flooding closed major roads, including parts of the Bruce Highway, there was really no safe place to be.
There's already a bridge closed off down here. This is why we had to come back. I couldn't see. We thought it was a driveway out. Too dangerous to drive.
As the massive system intensified, backyards submerged, stairs gave way to waterfalls and entire parks were engulfed by creeks breaking their banks. At the airport, planes queued. Dozens of aircraft were left circling the tarmac, waiting for their chance to try and make a safe landing. Many took up the offer of free sandbags, doing what they could to guard against storms that bucketed from early this morning. If things started off badly, they only got worse as the day wore on. Winds of up to 95 kilometres an hour made waves at normally placid Redcliffe, smashing waterfront homes. Council closed notorious low-lying flood streets, too late for those who didn't see this coming. Warnings this could go on for another 15 hours, and we haven't seen the worst yet.
Can I say to all southeast Queensland residents, if you do not have to go outside tonight, please don't. Please stay inside. It is the safest place to be.
Joel Dry is live at Kangaroo Point for us. Joel, you have some fresh vision of the extent of the flooding.
Yeah, that's right, Melissa. It appears that the flooding that we saw in the northern part of Brisbane, Caboolture, Burpengary, has now well and truly set in the inner city part of Brisbane. The pictures you're looking at now are from the Rosalie Shopping Centre, notorious for flooding back in the 2011 floods. And once again, some of those shop fronts, those businesses, the livelihoods of people have again water going through them, not at all helped by cars driving through those flooded roads and pushing wave after wave of water right through those shop fronts. And you can only imagine that as tonight goes on and this relentless rain continues, we will see, sadly, more pictures just like that from right around Brisbane.
All right, thanks, Joel. Now we'll go straight to the Sunshine Coast and Phil Wilmington at Mooloolaba, where they really felt the full force of this storm cell.
Melissa, they've been copping it here pretty much the whole afternoon. Really strong winds, a lot of driving, heavy rain. The rain is still falling now. The big swirl generating a lot of big waves. You can still hear on the beachfront here now, you can hear them thundering in. But for all of nature's fury, it actually threw up something quite delightful here late this afternoon, as you're about to see. Wind and rain and something that looks remarkably like snow. The Sunshine Coast transformed. It became a kind of winter wonderland.
Oh, it's just amazing. I've never seen anything like it before.
It wasn't snow, of course. It was foam, a product of the washing machine weather conditions. Even so, the whirlpool made for a good look.
I feel like I'm down in the southern states.
For the young at heart especially, it was a wonderland and a playground.
It looks like snow.
The sunny coast wasn't today. Blue had given way to grey. The signs ominous. It was one of those rare days on the Sunshine Coast where in some places, well, you could pretty much have the beach to yourself. Here at Marcoola, well, it's like being sandblasted. The wind's so strong. In fact, apparently the wind was so strong it tore loose the shark net out here at the main surf beach.
I reckon it played the spots off a dog, I reckon.
While shark nets gave way, the surfboard riders didn't. Noosa, the only beach with any action. The SES were getting prepared for what the afternoon would bring. For all the beach's fury, though, it was this unexpected gift that caught the eye.
It's absolutely fascinating. I heard them talking about it a couple of years ago when they had the cyclone, but to see it actually like this is amazing.
Phil Wilmington, 9 News.